Hey guys, this is Ryan Eggleston, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to set up a FastAPI application using a platform called Prompt Engineers. We're going to be generating the files over here on the left side, and then using those files for context for generating the other files. And then over here on the right side, we're going to be deploying those and running those files. So let's go ahead and get started. In order to do this one, we're going to start out in the Docker file syntax highlighter. We're going to come over here, and we're going to ask for create a FastAPI application. We're going to let that generate, and while that's generating, we're going to go ahead and set up our file folders. So FastAPI demo, and I'm going to go into that folder. I'm then going to get virtual environment going. Then going to activate that virtual environment. And then I'm going to install a couple of packages that we're going to need. Now that those packages are installed, I'm going to pip3 I'm going to freeze the requirements out to a file called requirements.txt. And then we should be able to go like this, and we can cat the requirements and also see those. Perfect. So we saw that that was all created. Let's go ahead and look at our Docker file. It looks like our Docker file has been generated over here. So now we're going to create the Docker file over here on the right side. And we're going to paste it in here. That looks good. It's going to be running on port 80. We're fine with that. And then we're going to then be taking this and ask it for the other files. And so I kind of like to do this in Markdown sometimes, just because I know that Markdown will keep the context. So I'm going to do this. And we're going to then highlight all of it. And then Markdown is going to know that this is, Markdown will understand that this was a Docker file. Oh, I think I clicked the wrong button. That's what I meant. Great. Now we can create the Docker compose YAML and main.py file. The home route should return an HTML welcome page. We're going to click save on that. We're going to wait for the output. Now we have our Docker compose file built right here. So we're going to then just go over here to the right side and build up those files. Paste that in there. That all looks good. I'm actually going to change this to 8,000. And we are going to then create our HTML page. Our main.py file. And this all looks good. HTML response, that all looks good. We're going to paste that in there. Great. So now we are going to go ahead. Okay, so now we're going to run that and see what we get. So you can see it's building up the Docker containers. It's installing the packages. Awesome. So we now should see this running on port 8000. It says 80, but we actually scoped it to port 8000. So we're going to come over here. Awesome. Welcome to the HTML page. And we can go over to docs and see that we have our one route here. So right before we finish this, I'm actually going to add a couple things just to kind of show you the what we can do with this. So I'm going to say go back to Python. I'm going to put all of this here. And we're going to copy it all, open up our input terminal. Yep, perfect. And we're going to say add a about page and contact page. Click save, go to the right, wait for it to be done generating. Awesome. We've got our other two pages, about and contact. And I'm going to go here and do nano.main.py. And we're going to delete all these lines, and then we're going to throw that in there and rerun it again. Come back over here, go ahead and refresh our docs. And great, we've got three routes now. We've got the home page, the contact page, and the about page, and we can go to each of those and see we have HTML on those. So let's go ahead and let's say we'd like to add like an actual full HTML document. So let's come back over to input, and on the home page, I'd like to put, or actually on the contact page, I'd like to add a contact form. And we will run that. And I'm going to go ahead and stop this over here on the right side so that we can get this all new added. Give it a second to generate those the new file for us. Check out the input. Awesome. It even gave us a post route to submit the data from. So now we should be able to take this and nano main.py, and we're going to delete all these, and we're going to stick that in there, and we are going to run that again. So it generated as a contact page, and it has a form here, and you can see that when this form gets submitted, it's going to submit that action, and it's going to submit it actually to this route right here. So that's awesome. It went ahead and created the post route for us too. So now that we come over here, let's go to the docs and just check out and see what routes we have. So awesome. We have the contact page, and we have our API route that we're going to be submitting information to. So let's go check out what the contact page looks like. Oh, great, cool. So then we got some stuff right here, and we're just going to go ahead and put in some random data real quick and put in a random message. And then right here on the right side, we should be able to say submit. And it does look like it hit. It does look like it did a post request to the. Oh, it looks like it did a get instead. Interesting. So yeah, that's something that you'd probably have to go fix. But as you can see, really cool how its ability to generate code for us, and then we were able to get a FastAPI application up here and running fairly quickly. So that's going to be all for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching.